So we're entering into a new moon in Pisces. This will definitely be a time where we can feel the most free flowing, free spirit. There may be some elusiveness, you know what I mean? We will also probably feel on top of the world in the sense that we believe in ourselves. We believe in humanity. We believe in love. We believe in relationships and that anything is possible. Okay. Unlike Aquarius, where the Aquarius season is about knowing, it's more about the intellect and the reasoning. This is more so surpassing the understanding portion, the surpassing what logically may supposed to check out. It's like a thing where 1 plus 1 is not necessarily 2. It could be 3 or 4, or however amount that we believe in actually stand on. So say for instance, if a financial situation looks like you only have only X amount of dollars in the bank, and you know that for a fact, right? But you believe and you trust that all is well, that your needs will be provided for. Whatever way it comes, you're open, right? Especially if you're setting the intentions that it's for your highest good, right? You don't want to have to owe someone and be in something tied into something that is far more obligatory. You know what I'm saying? As far as the situation. So you're actually saying, you know what? Hold on, is that even a word? I'm gonna check and see if that's a word, but that's what I heard. So you're basically setting that intention, like you know that you have certain things in the physical that you have that you can expect to use, and it will carry you through this amount of days or weeks or months or years or whatever. But you have the belief that in spite of, you'll still have an immeasurable amount of resources, even if you don't know where they're actually coming from. So, with this belief, sometimes if you're in balance, you may actually be in error in a sense where you're like overindulging in a sense, overspending, and may overlook some things that may be highlighted as like red flags in situations. I'm hearing some of you may be in situationships. So with this new moon in Pisces, you have to balance it a little bit so that, yes, be open and be receptive to new beginnings, resolutions, manifestations, setting those intentions, especially if you already released some things in the full moon that we just had, then it will carry you through. Keep in mind that these new moon, full moon, all these different cycles of the moon, they're not, when you set intentions or when you accept and receive certain energies from these cycles, these moon cycles, they have lasting impressions throughout your life that really is up to you to keep up with, so you can kind of gauge, okay, I know I set the intention and I released some things back in April or March. That's why it's good to actually journal or even at least keep a note. And then when you see something bloom months, pass, it's not always immediate as far as those intentions. The things have to operate in the spirit and energetically, and divine timing is at hand. So once it manifests itself in the physical, you be like, aha, I got this. But where did this stem from? Sometimes it's good to know where it stemmed from, so that, sometimes those confirmations to me, when I keep a record or keep an account of certain things that I set in motion, it's good to keep a record of my intentions, not only for gratitude, right? but it's also a measure of my faith, a measure of my will, a measure of my intentions. And it just re-emphasizes how beautiful and how remarkable, how powerful, how magical, how majestic we are. Okay. It just further confirms that, especially during those times where you may not be at your best or at your highest vibration. It's good to look back on those things that have transpired that you know, that you know, and that you know that you set the intentions back then, and it was fruitful, and it was beneficial, and it was healthy, and it was beautiful, and it was for your highest good. And you did that. So if you come against something else that may seem a little bit monumental, a little bit overwhelming, intimidating, even, or you may even feel like a fear may actually start to, manifest within your energy, you can say, oh, I remember when I set the intentions for this, and I commanded and had authority over that, or I trusted my inner compass for this, that, and the third. So then it will build up your confidence, your esteem, to continue on and not doubt yourself, not doubt your process, not doubt spirit, not doubt the universe, not doubt that your guides are looking out for you. Okay. And I believe it's coming on the 20th. Okay, February 20th will be the new moon. If I'm wrong, I can check back and update it under the description box. It's no problem. And you can also look up for yourself. I really try not to keep up with too many dates. I'd really like to intuitively tap in the energy and go with what I feel. And I hope that I'm actually challenging you to do that as well. So it's cool to keep up with dates, astrological events, and being mindful of this, that, and the third. But I want you to trust yourself more and more. I don't want you to be dependent on others as far as getting your information. Yeah, it's good to have different perspectives. It's good to have different highlights or so on. But it's also good to say, you know what? I feel that new moon energy, or I feel there's a shift or there's an energetic change going on. I sense that this is going to come up or what have you, because that's actually what I'm doing. I use these gifts on a regular, so they just get stronger. And that's all you have to do. You have the exact same ability where you can trust yourself more and more, even if you want to do little tests and build up that spiritual muscle as far as your intuition. You can most certainly have the same amount of progress and reward from it. Okay, so if you're new to the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Those who are returning, hey. Okay, hey, beautiful souls. So this is Amethyst Goddess from InAlignment Ministries, and I'm here to tap into the energy, not to keep you too long, but I do like to cover bases. So let's get into it. Okay. I'd like to do my prayer. You can do whatever resonates with you. I want one card, that's all, for this new moon. I feel like it's just one card needed for the new moon in Pisces. What I tell you? Okay, so the new moon energy is actually generating a fire-like zeal. Okay, I'm getting zeal, zealous, boldness, courage. So there may be a point in your life where, you've been going through all these different energetic shifts and you're like, oh, this is challenging, overwhelming. I've been moody. I've been irritable. Like I've been really short or even too hard on myself because it feels like the progression should be more than what it is, okay? And so from what I'm gathering, Leo is affirming I will. So with belief, the I will part really helps, because if you truly believe that everything is working out in your favor, that you can will that in, you can draw it in, you can magnetize and shift the energy to your liking or your benefit, okay? It's a very positive energy, and Leos rule the heart, okay? And that rainbow energy is God's promise. God's promise, there's a change. Leo, this Leo card is 5. So there's a change that is going on, whether you physically see it or not. That is the beauty of Piscean energy, where intuitively they can channel the energy and see that everything is going to work out just right. Even if people, there's naysayers, there's people that saying, I don't know about that. I want to pull another card. I know I said only one, but I want to pull out another card. See, I had a feeling there was another energy. So Neptune, and you know, Pisces is ruled by Neptune, and they're also connected to Jupiter energy. Okay, so Neptune, remember I was telling you about that energy where I'm hearing like a elusive, okay, like an illusion or elusive type energy. You also may very well be very attractive in this energy, or people perceive you as being attractive. Okay, your hair may be just right, your makeup, your eyes, you know what I'm saying? You got your lashes did or something like that. Or if it's a thing where you just looking very yummy, very attractive, and people are really drawn to your energy around this time, especially if you're a Pisces. And happy birthday, my fellow Pisces, okay? And some of you are getting an up level on your psychic gifts, okay? You may even want to do a spiritual bath during this time, okay? But it is time to really tap into that authority that you have. You really have some divine authority where you can command things and will things in because of your belief. Okay. Let me see, what deck am I going to use? I actually want to get something, because this is a very spiritual sign. I want to go with the Isis Oracle, okay? And I want to pull a card from that. Usually I can just tap in without reading the booklet and get the messages. But if I feel guided to, I may read some of the messages off the manual, okay? The handbook. Some of you have Isis, the goddess Isis, on your side as far as your healing capabilities, as far as just being connected to Egyptian like magic, okay, manifestations, okay, you connect with Egypt, even as far as statues or not articles, but artifacts maybe. So 3 cards wanted to come out. So Goddess of 10,000 Names, Isis, endless emanations of the Priestess. Okay, that's a beautiful card. So some of you are really going to be tapping into this energy where that divine feminine, divine masculine energy, High Priestess, isn't that connected to Pisces? Okay. So mysteries revealed in the eyes of Isis. So some of you are going to have some very prophetic dreams during this time, where there will be some revelations of next steps, maybe past life, so that you can stop forgetting who you are and really tap into your divine birthright, and stop playing around as far as being passive in your life or giving yourself, or I'm hearing docile role in your life, when you're really the one that is so powerful, so magnetic, so I'm hearing like magician type energy. It's time to really live it up. It's time to really, you know, step into your power, because I'm seeing that some of you have been not giving yourself, first of all, enough credit for the progress that you've made, but you're also not really realizing the gifts and the tools that you possess. And it's kind of like collecting dust in a sense, you know what I'm saying? And Spirit is asking you to really tap in, really tap in. So you're going to probably have some vivid dreams during this time, okay? You may actually see like a foreshadowing, like a future event, okay? Again, prophetic dreams, it keeps coming in. There's going to be some changes with the sun, okay? There are some changes that have already been made with the sun, but I'm seeing even the color is going to be different. This is the radiation, how it radiates is going to be different. How you interpret how the sun actually operates will be different. Some of you are sun gods or goddesses, like you do well as far as energy wise, vibration, whatever, with sun energy. That's like your power source. Some people are moon and some people are sun, but I'm seeing both actually, because I'm looking at Neptune. I'm seeing the planet, but I'm also seeing that some of you have the ability to tap into the moon to generate your power, and some of you are the sun, and some of you are actually both. Okay, so that's 3 scenarios. Some of you are moon manifestors. Some of you are sun I'm hearing generators. Okay, so it almost sound like a human design kind of mechanism that's going on here, or system. And I'm also seeing that some of you are able to do both. Okay, so that's interesting for you to know, right? And then lastly, Temple of Lapis Lazuli, okay, goddess of the ancient skies. Okay, some of you may be drawn to this particular stone. Okay, and this is, I'm hearing intuition, intuitive magnetic like power. So some of you may want to actually grab that stone and start wearing it more, or purchase that stone, especially if it's been catching your eye, you've been drawn to it. Okay. Some of you have had a past life in Egypt. Or your guides, specifically like the goddess energy, you really have a lot of power within that. And I'm just going to glance to see any information that may pop out in regards to this. Some of you have a power that is connected to water. Okay, it's like a superpower. So if it's a thing where that spiritual bath that I mentioned earlier, where you feel like you almost got a battery in your back because of how powerful the water is with your energy, especially if you feel a little drained right now, a spiritual bath will be perfect. But some of you use water magic. You tap into water magic, okay? Some of you are going to have real clarity, even though Neptune can be, there could be some deception or illusion or hidden, and I'm hearing hidden lies. It's like twofold. So on the opposite spectrum, I'm seeing that there will be clarity in ambiguous situations, okay? So if you didn't understand a situation or relationship or some form of connection, or even why you are at your current state, you'll begin to receive that clarity. And even if it's very uncomfortable for you to process, I'm seeing that you're no longer going to, I'm hearing regurgitate. So maybe you've been telling yourself old tales or old lies or old beliefs, or you've been on an old belief system that you need to let go. You keep resuscitating this particular belief system because you're not seeing things shift in your current state. Spirit is asking you to actually change your story. Almost like a fairy tale in a sense. And it's not being delusional to the extent where you low-key, got a mental issue. But it's a thing where when people try to wheel you back in and tell you, well, remember when you used to be like this, or you used to do this, or they see you progress and they're like low-key hating or whatever. Or they don't even have to be hating. It's just because they're on an old timeline. They're still on this old recording. They don't even know how to relate or connect with you. And they're on that remember when in actuality you have surpassed that. Okay? Some of you are really going to tap in and really grasp just how your destiny is supposed to unfold. You're going to actually see, you may not see all the steps, but you'll be able to have a glimpse of what you are going to be, the end game. Okay? How it's going to be like the destiny. You're actually going to see that. Okay, and so far what I'm covering, I'm just going over it and just seeing. A lot of you are going to get great insight, okay, through these experiences that you've had. They have been challenging, and you obtained a lot of wisdom and understanding through it all. But once all the pieces come together, and it's going to be revealed within that revelation, or that great reveal, you're going to see everything like, oh, that's why. You get what I'm saying? That's why this had to happen, or that's why it took so long, or it's seemingly, you know what I mean? Some of you won't gain that awareness until you actually have that dream. Because right now in the physical, you may not be receptive with what you see in your mind's eye, or even the hints that you may see in the physical right now. So spirit has to deal with you in your dream state. Sometimes we're able to receive those messages in our dreams versus if we see it in our physical, believe it or not. So you can call on your guides right now. You can call on the goddess Isis for assistance. Empty out any thoughts, any hang-ups, any projections, any assumptions. In a sense, just have that expectation that everything is working out for your highest good. And I'm telling you, it will unfold to your benefit. So that was pretty much what I got from that. And I just want to see any insight, because I'm receiving information in certain words that are standing out. Meditation will be very good during this time. Salt water, okay? But this is a very spiritual and I'm hearing the word unnerving. So that may be something that stands out for someone. And I'm also hearing that you can't deny it now. So anything that you've tried to, in a sense, be in denial, whether it's your current state of being or where you're at, whether it's a connection, you can't deny it now. You'll see it all, even if you don't necessarily want to, because it's the type of energy that we're dealing with. Come on, baby. It's time to actually trust more in the divine, like trust more in yourselves. The information that you're hearing is asking you to trust in and lean on that. You know how they say lean not onto your own understanding, but this is like a trusting in the universe, trust in the divine, trust in spirit, the universe, your creator, source, your higher self, that you're on the right path. And if you're not on the right path, that you will recognize where you are and shift your energy to be on the right path, on the, you know, as far as your alignment. So listen to this. Just like the Lady Isis, you are multifaceted, multidimensional being. It is the most helpful at this phase in your path that you learn not to attach to roles or identities that may have once held great importance for you and others relating to you. It does not mean that you must cease to relate to the name or role more than you are realizing it is only a part of you, and there is even more of you wishing to express itself now. So there may be, you know, a shift in your energy where you're really grasping how powerful you are, or you know how powerful you can be if you simply tap into your godhood. You will look different. You may even smell different. You may even taste different. You may dress different. Okay? And either those people got to catch up or they're going to get left behind. You get what I'm saying? And the things that no longer serve you are going to be fallen by the wayside, because even if they're not in the right vibration and are not in alignment to stay connected to you, they, meaning situations or people, it will be a thing where even if they try to catch up, it wouldn't work. It will be like oil and vinegar. You get what I'm saying? Or oil and water. So it won't mix. It won't be binding. You get what I'm saying? So those karmic relationships that were lessons, you learned them, and it's time for those to expire and for you to transcend or move on, and that person shifts and move on and do whatever they need to do. Or even if it's a situation or a position that you're in where it's like you recognize certain things, you realize you are entitled to more, you realize that you can do more, then it's like I'm seeing like a remodeling or reinvention coming, okay? So that you'll be in the right power or the right energy conducive to the next cycle. Some of you are already in that next cycle. And I'm hearing domain. Okay, some of you are in a new domain. If you felt constrained by a role, name, identity, and are wishing for assistance in growing beyond it, or if you have sensed a new role or identity calling you into greater expression and would love some divine help in that growth, this oracle indicates the help you need is already with you, urging your growth from within. Domain. Some of you are changing your domain. Some of you are actually changing that www dot how you get in contact with me, how you reach me, how you used to connect with my energy, how you used to visit me is no longer existent. That link is actually broken, okay? And is no longer in service, is no longer in operation. You have a new domain. So if you resonate with me, if you vibe with me, or if you're right for me, you will know that domain. But some of you will be left by the wayside because you are not connected to that new address. Okay? And that's powerful. That's powerful. So, remember, no matter what's going on in the news, because I feel like there's some things going on in the news, and I could do a prediction if you want me to, or if I feel guided to, I'll do it. You can put it in the comments if you're interested. But there are going to be some changes. There's some shifts. There's some distractions going on, but it's all connected. Okay. There is spiritual warfare that is shifting people to see the different aspects that have been hidden for so long because we were blinded by distractions. Okay. That there's been a thing with world domination. There's been a thing as far as getting your spiritual mind or your spiritual self, your true self, caught up in these cycles. But now it's a time for you to really shift. No matter what you may see, no matter what you may hear, you stay tapped in the spirit. You stay tapped into yourself so that if anything comes up, you'll know how to act accordingly. Remember, God hasn't given you a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. Spirit is encouraging you to go in a new direction. It's up to you to make that change and to shift into the power that you have called to be. It is up to you to not operate in fear. But those of you who have higher purposes, you are encouraged to stand in your power, okay? But if you don't and you drag it out, just be mindful that there may be a tower moment in your life that will make you do what you need to do and coach, encourage you to go on over there like how you're supposed to be. And it's not to scare you. It's not to intimidate you. It's not for you to be fearful or anxious. But now's the time. And I just saw 3333. Now is the time. Okay? Stop playing around. We need you. Okay? You need you. You were made for this time. You were made for this time. You are ready. Whether you think so or not, you are ready. So let's fly. Okay? So I'm Amethyst Goddess from InAlignment Ministries. This is your message for the new moon in Pisces. I will be doing more readings very soon, but I did have to get this out. Okay? So that's all I have for you. Be well. Take care.